Woo-hoo. That thing hype. Oh, that thing hype. What's up, y'all? Six Element of Hip Hop. I'm your host, Reno Noir. Co-hosting with me today is Raw Talk, Raw Talk, Real Deal. What up, Raw Talk? What up?
What's up? What's up? What's happening, everybody? What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Yes, man. I'm good, man. It's May 25th, and I looked up and I said, "What? May 25th? Oh shit! On this day, 1977, Star Wars changed history, changed film making as we know it. Just changed the game altogether, man. Stu Dog is rolling in.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
We don't. Oh, what's up, fellas? What's going on?
What's
There it
happening?
is. What's good, bro?
What's good, man? Listening to a
Man,
little chance there. My bad, man. Blake, sorry I'm late. Excuse my tardiness. There's no excuse for tardiness, but it was for a good cause. It was for a good cause.
you was tardy to the party.
Tardy.
Tardy to the party. Late
Tardy
to the date.
Oh
You know what I
no!
mean? No fate, but we make but what I own. But I had to go get this. I had to go to GameStop. I had to go. I had to get BAM!
And tell us what did you get? Oh man,
We are
look at
looking at Green Lantern, Alan Scott, Day of Vengeance
that.
version
Wow.
from
So we jumping
McFarlane Toys.
off
Blam.
with some unboxings
Blam.
off top. Look at that.
From the top, from the rip. I had to get it. And the only reason why I had to go, I'm gonna tell y'all because I got the message late. GameStop, they're a good company. They do well. I ain't got nothing against them personally. But if you pre-order something from them and you don't pick it up within 24 hours, they will
Guess
sell
what?
your trash to
Yes, they
somebody
will.
else. Reno will come in there and buy your stuff. Raw Talk will come in there and say, well, let me get that. And they will sell it. So I know I'm not gonna be able to make it to tomorrow. So I had to go get my Allen. And I wanted this. I actually tried to get this online before Toys never could get it. It was always sold out. And when you go to the secondhand market, it is always very expensive. Like me and Rena were speaking about Rena, you said you just bought a blob, right? Am I correct?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And that character very expensive. I've never
Normally.
seen it under $100. Yeah, normally
Yeah.
I've never seen it under $100. Reno got a good deal.
Super good deal.
Am I jealous that he got a good deal? Am I mad? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Why? Because I didn't get that deal. You know what I mean? And that's just natural. It's just a natural thing.
Nah, but on the real, anyone can get that deal because he's out again. They re-released him.
Oh, he's out again?
They re-released
Okay.
Rob. You know, you can pre-order him now at your favorite toy site.
Okay. Yeah. Do
This
I
is
hate
another
Reno
one
for
I
getting
did.
that deal? Nah. I love Reno for getting that deal, but I hate the fact that I get it. But let's move on. I'll unbox it in a second.
Dude, look what I got.
Catman.
I want Catman.
Look what I got.
Catman.
And you know, Catman is my guy. Catman is my guy. Catman. I have a little Catman, but this is next level.
That one is waved. Yeah.
This
bigger.
guy
That's the McFarlane one. That's the one I've been looking for.
Yeah, he's peak. He's on Amazon. And at my job, I got employee of the month, and they gave me a gift card at Amazon. So Catman is now on order. He's on deck. He's coming.
Wow. So make sure we unbox that. I also got the Detective Comics number 27 Batman. Bam. Blam.
That's one I really did want to get, but I did not get. But I'll show you the one I did get.
Right. I don't understand with the wrench, but I'll take it. I'll take the wrench. And we got the Azrael Batman armor, Night Sin. So you have Nightfall and you have Night Sin. So this is the Night Sin version. I think Reno has the Nightfall version. Reno, you
No,
got the
no,
Nightfall version of this, right?
I
Or
got the
no?
no. I don't have that character at all. I got a different Azrael character.
Really? I thought you had the Nightfall version.
No, I got the Nightfall Batman.
Ah, okay. You don't have, but you don't have any Azrael armor, right?
I'll show you the one I got.
All right. Yes, this is John Paul Valley. The story goes that Batman left him in charge of Gotham. He went off on some world tour with the Bat family. Came back and Gotham was in shambles. John Paul Valley did some things that he wasn't supposed to do. He killed somebody, let somebody die. He was just a mess and he was going crazy. And this is the armor that he wore as Night Send Batman. And Batman had to not use his fist to beat John Paul Valley, but his brain. And that's what he used. That's the whole glorious
This
thing
the
about
one.
it.
This the one I had. The Azrael.
Oh, okay. Oh, the silver one. Yeah.
It's a
That's
different
dope.
armor. It's like a different. I think it looks different.
It is different, yeah. Cause let me see. Yeah, cause yeah, the Night Send I know is that this is based off the comic. Now, which one is
And
that?
then
Is that
that's this was Curse of the White Knight,
okay? So that's the newer one. That's the new one.
and then I
That's
got
Chris.
this one as well.
Right there.
This one I like much better.
That's
Templar.
from yeah, I like that one too. That's dope. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's super dope.
But
And then I also have
Shwala. Zaz.
man, we got Victor
Zaz.
Zazamel. If you name your child Zazamel, you already know what his fate's gonna be.
Isn't he usually bald?
In some iterations, yeah. Some
I thought he
iterations,
was
yeah.
bald.
Yeah. I've
It's
seen them
dope,
all,
man.
but this is the McFarlane version. This is Mr. Zaz. So I guess Mr. Zaz ain't bald because he's
Right.
going as Zaz, Zazamel, Mr. Zaz, or Victor Zaz. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's got a special place. We don't know where that's at. He hasn't marked his body. He said he's saving that one for Batman.
Yeah.
He said when he kills Batman, that's maybe he's gonna carve a bat in his chest or something. I don't know, but that's what it. But that is it for me. I haven't been as busy as Reno, but I had to get Reno. I had to get this Alan Scott. This is I have been waiting. Listen, man, I've been yo, you gonna get all five. You're gonna get all of them, right?
I don't know. But definitely not all four. I only need three because look, okay, the John Stewart one comes with
Okay.
the crazy
The
I don't know.
arms.
He comes with the legs, and then the Superman here he comes with the chest, and then this one that
Right.
I got comes with the heads and
And the arms.
the goofy arms. So
So you
the
don't have to get Aquaman.
Aquaman comes with the regular arms. I don't need the regular arms, so I'm straight. I don't need the Aquaman. I got the goofy arms, the long stretchy arms. That's all you need. Come on, and then this is the guy that came in that box. It's
Yeah, no legs.
JLA Batman.
That Batman is dope. That's a dope Batman.
Yeah, I really
I
like
can't
the
say nothing bad about that Batman.
color scheme on him.
Yeah, I like the black
Get
and
it?
the
Okay.
yellow.
Yeah,
And then I like the way his grapple. I like his grapple gun.
yeah, me too. Me too. Let me see if I can get it.
Normally, oh yeah, you unboxed yours, man. I was getting ready to say I haven't unboxed mine. I gotta take mine out the box. 'Cause this gotta go up.
There he is. There he
That's
is.
dope. Man. Now you're not gonna put no silver on him, are you? You're not gonna put no silver.
No, he's not chromable. No.
Okay. Is it because of the plastic, the way he's made, or?
No, he's chromable. There's nothing on him that I would want to be chrome.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't just chrome shit out. Like it has to already have silver on it, and I just want to make the silver look more silver. That's all I do. I don't put chrome where there was no silver. You know. So it just
Right. Yeah, you're not
just
chrome crazy.
just chroming
You're
out.
not
I'm just
chrome crazy.
I'm not trigger happy. I'm not chrome happy. I'm just chroming out the stuff that's silver.
Destro shit.
Like this, if I wanted to go nuts, I could do a lot of chrome on him.
Now, if you had your Destro, have you chromed out your Destro?
Not yet, but I am. When I get the card back Destro, I'm gonna chrome out the original Destro that they made.
Because they got like a they got like a rapper version of Destro.
Much like I night forced out the original Beachhead because I know it's a new Beachhead on the way.
And show us that.
Nah, he's night forced out Beachhead.
Yeah, that's dope. I like that. I like that a lot.
It would be if I could get it to focus. Hold on. There we go. All right, so basically, all the green is now dark gray or black. His red hat is now black, and all the silver is nice, shiny chromed out. Yeah, I like him a lot. I like it a lot. Dopeness. So getting down to it.
Yeah.
Getting down to it. It is May 25th. Yes, sir. It is May 25th. On this day, 1977, Star Wars changed the world, changed the game, changed it all. A lot of events happened though on May 25th. George Floyd happened on May 25th. The significant events spanning world history and entertainment, have left indelible marks on our collective consciousness. Pivotal moments in political history. You've got the iconic milestones in pop culture. This date, May 25th, was witnessed various noteworthy occurrences. Obviously, as mentioned, George Floyd passed away, or was murdered, rather, I should say. Abdullah I, Abdullah I declared himself monarch of Jordan, 1946. On this day, Star Wars was released, of course. A lot of things. The first episode of the Oprah Winfrey Show aired today. NASA's Phoenix Mars, I know, right? NASA's Phoenix Mars lander, whatever, on this day in 08. But we're here to talk about Star Wars, because that's the one that really hits it for me. Obviously George Floyd, but that's a whole other thing. We're talking about fun stuff. We're talking about stuff to make us happy, not stuff to piss us off and make us grab our guns and run outside and start killing Whitey. We're talking about
it's great.
Oh shit. But May 25th, man, marks the 47th anniversary of Star Wars, a cinematic milestone that has left an enduring impact and led to a $65.63 billion global dollar franchise net worth. Ironically enough, creator George Lucas initially lost faith in the true potential of his blockbuster masterpiece franchise, and fans are celebrating the legacy of A New Hope now and expressing nostalgia and gratitude for the iconic saga that has captured imaginations the world over of all ages. And yeah, man, in today's day and age, I think there's a lot of franchises out there that have won the hearts of many and created fandoms of their own. And, some of those positions in this respective list have been retained by superhero sagas, like obviously Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC Universe, DC Power Hour, salute DC. Perhaps none of them comes close to celebrating almost half a century of its existence as the Star Wars lore. Um,
Mm,
yeah, you heard me. That's right. Because George Lucas
mm,
mammoth saga. I mean, this thing, it just epic. Imbuing mythology and ancient from many cultures and to different forms of entertainment, and it just really hits all the marks, checks all the dope boxes. But this is because the massive fan favorite saga surpassed 47 years of existence today, and that is why rather it'll soon be celebrating its golden jubilee, uh, with less than half of a decade. So in the cinematic entertainment industry, to become one of the greatest franchises in history, I think to pretty much create the atomic age of cinema. I mean, it changed the way movies were made. It changed the way special effects were done. Because you got to remember, this was
yeah, okay.
1977.
77. Yeah.
Star Wars, that movie, Star Wars, yes, 77, bro. You look at Star Wars now and you're like, oh wow, that kind of, oh, I see how they did that. Oh, that's funny. That's cheap. Bro. In 77,
The
motherfuckers were like,
seven.
what?
Yeah, yeah. Carrie Fisher was quoted as saying
Wow.
that it was like an earthquake, the way everything went down. Like she said, it was like nothing you ever seen before. And
Exactly.
I mean, I was about 5 at the time, but listen, I didn't get to see it in the theaters. Which if which if they ever re-release it, which they just did, and I didn't get to do it, but
I
if I could
wasn't
ever
even
just go
born,
back, if I could just go see Star Wars in the
man.
theater, I wouldn't give a damn now. I would go see it now. I would go see it
Hell
right now.
yeah, bro. If that was if it went back to the theaters, hell yeah, I'd run over there and see that
Mm,
joint immediately. Um, I missed, yeah, when they did it recently, I did miss that. But
yeah. But they showed all 9 movies though. So you had to sit in there for like what 77 hours or something like how many hours that is. Like they showed every movie from the prequel sagas to the new ones to the first 3. And I think some yeah, yeah. I don't think they did like Rogue One because you can't throw that in there. But they did every movie. So that's 9 movies.
that's dope.
That's- yeah. uh,
Anakin
Something to do.
Flavin, what up? What up? Anakin in the building. We're talking about your people. So check
Star
it
Wars
though.
is
Check it though. You
revolutionary, man.
mentioned
I love
Carrie.
it.
You mentioned Carrie Fisher, man, and
Yeah, she said it was an earthquake. And she
check her
said it was
out.
an earthquake.
Check her out.
Let's see what we got.
Hold on. So we do have to do a little bit of editing and setting. Hold on. Let's set this on a little speed zone, and this is on the BBC Archive channel, guys. Check that out on their channel, BBC Archive. It is 1977. Carrie Fisher. Lucas wanted a fighter, and she's just giving a little interview, a little 4 or 5 minute interview. We'll chop it up. We'll check it out. But do check that out on the original channel.
What appealed to me was that George Lucas, who wrote it and also directed it, didn't want a damsel in distress, didn't want your stereotypical princess, sort of a victim, frightened, incapable of dealing with the situation without the guys. So he wanted a fighter. He wanted someone who was independent. And that's what appealed to me about that part, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that is dope.
He didn't want a princess, because a lot of those movies, the way Padme was originally like, she looked, frolicking and stuff. We didn't know she was gonna pull out blasters and get busy. But um, yeah, man, he didn't. George never wanted the stereotypical female damsel in distress, which is what's so funny to me about how the current, Lucasfilm regime is acting like there's this problem with the patriarchy and how Star Wars is somehow misogynist. It makes no sense. They've always had these strong archetypes, these strong women, and Carrie Fisher is definitely one of those.
Yes, yes. I give you credit for that, Reno, because you've from day one you've always said that. You've always said just that. Like Star Wars has always had strong female characters. You've always won up Star Wars on the female characters.
Mhm.
And you're right. You're 100% right. Um, when I first heard people saying stuff like, "Oh, they're trying to feminize Star Wars," I was like, "Man, whatever. All right, chill." But when you really think about it and you really go back and dissect it, they're right. Star Wars is for the boys. I can always say it. But you were right about the strong female characters. Like she wasn't like a princess. She had a blaster. She
Yeah.
jumped down in a garbage chute. She was the one who was like, "Look, we getting out of here." She got tough with Han Solo. You could see his frustration with her. Like,
Hmm.
ooh, like, oh, if she wasn't, he was like, if she
Hmm.
wasn't rich, and then he wound up what having children with her. So she's very strong, very very strong female character.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else she has to say about it.
To some extent, anyway, pretty bizarre kind of film. Well, I wanted to know what the lunch breaks were going to be like. When they said cut, and here you were sitting there with three. They had to plan every shot because it was good. They were going to have to devise all. They had to plan the film like a low budget film. They call it the most expensive low budget film.
Okay, this is a good point that she's making here, because Star Wars was filmed on a low budget, as far as considering, for what it was. It was a very low budget film that they had to shoot like a low budget film, which is why it took them so many years to actually develop like the miniatures and all of that shit. But this is what she's talking about here.
Because they had to budget the film like a low budget film. If they called it the most expensive low budget film ever made, they had to plan every shot because it was good. They were going to have to devise all sorts of new things for the special effects. They only had for special effects. It's not much. $10 million, $3 million. It's a $10 million film. They devised a whole new method for shooting the special effects, which was computerized, and they would hit in memory, and it would just shoot the thing against a blue screen over and over for about a year to perfect all of the things, the blowing up of certain portions of the planets and so forth. It took a long time to do all that. So,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
And that's how isn't that how Lucas Studios was born, or was it Lucas Effects, or
ILM,
and ILM?
Industrial Light and Magic. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
The
VFX. I
crew.
think they use VFX, right?
Well, the crew. Well, yeah, it's visual effects, sure, but the crew that worked on Star Wars, they banded together. I mean, they made this incredible movie trilogy, and they did all this work, and they thought, man, we could do this with other movies, and they stuck together and made a company, and all those ragtag of guys that got thrown together created Industrial Light and Magic, which obviously is the biggest was the biggest visual effects company out there, and yeah, it's all born from this movie.
I think in particular when you fly across that chasm with the handsome hero Luke. How did you feel about that? I mean, I presume you did it, did you? It was you. It was me.
So she's talking about the when Luke and her swung across the chasm, and he on that little tiny cord.
Oh yeah,
I always
yeah.
thought that was
Him, Death
hilarious.
Star.
How you swinging on that little tiny cord? Your hands are fucked up. But
Hey man, Spider-Man does it. Spider-Man does it, and we don't ask no questions.
well, nah, that's different. That's different. But yeah, that's what she's about to talk about here.
I don't want to brag or anything. No, it was difficult to do because it was about 30 feet up, and they had a brace on Mark, and Mark Hamill plays Luke, and one on me connected to him. And they put two cameras up, and first they hung us from the ceiling to check the durability of the rope or the actors. I don't know what. And the crew made fun of us. We just hung there helpless. And then we did the swing toss, and I was very frightened, and we did it, and I liked it. But we did it right. Now, I've heard this film described in all sorts of ways. I've seen it for myself. How would you sum it up? How do you sum up the story of the thing? Well, it's good against evil. It's George's homage to every film that he ever loved. George loves films, and that's what this film is about, is movies.
And that's a big thing people forget. George made the movies, especially like the prequels. People, a lot of the problems people had with the prequels were just stuff that, if you knew what he was doing, why were they frolicking in the field of flowers, rolling around? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, what's going on? No, that was actually a harken back to like King Arthur. The Excalibur, the old Excalibur films, and Errol Flynn and all that shit, and the princess and the damsel and the knight. And they had their love scenes and shit, and it was all throwbacks to that. And if you watched it knowing that, and like the serial shorts and the cliffhanger films and stuff like that he would go watch in movie theaters, like we didn't have that in our generation, but you used to be able to go in the theater and they would show like a ton of different shows and like, you know, newsreels and all kinds of shit in the theater, you know, before everyone really had TVs and shit. And they would have these little serial little shorts, little, you know, Dick Tracy and all this and the Rocketeer and these kind of things, Lone Ranger and whatnot. And all that stuff is based on those old shows, man. Those old movies and stuff like that.
Every scene is in some way reminiscent of a scene in a film that we all loved before, like in High Noon. There's a bar sequence, only this time it's with monsters instead of Gary Cooper. And you've got The Wizard of Oz. We have a robot that looks sort of like the Tin Man. You have adventure like Robin Hood. We do swing acrosses. It's going to be like Tarzan. Buck Rogers. It's got everything in it, every ingredient. George made a movie that he wanted to see, not a movie that he thought the public would want to see, because if he thought that if he made a movie like that, we would be seeing a disaster film again or something like that, probably.
In terms of the Flash Gordons as well in this.
It's got whatever you want it to be. It's pure entertainment. It's like a roller coaster ride, and it can be interpreted as long as you enjoy it, which is the intention of it.
That's it. It's them old joints, man. It's good shit. Oh no, I do want that. You know what? There's some more. What are you gonna say?
Dope. That's dope. I'm glad she was able to, you know, like put that out there like that. That was
true.
That was real informative, man. Real dope.
Oh yeah. Check this shit out, y'all. This is the trailer, the original trailer for them. I love watching old ass trailers and being like, man, and thinking like, would I want to see that movie? And I don't know, man. This trailer, man, you got to check it out. You got to remember when you're watching this trailer too. There's never been anything like this. No movie like this before. So people are seeing this. It's very new. We see this shit and we're like, yeah, okay, yeah. No, that shit there was nothing like it before. But yeah, check it out. This is on the the Grindhouse Movie Trailers website. Grindhouse Movie Trailers. Check them out. You know, go subscribe, like, and all of that. This is Star Wars 1977 trailer. Played slightly sped up.
Skywalker was just a farm boy until he received a mysterious message from a princess. She's beautiful. Star Wars, starring Mark Hamill.
I'm Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you. Too little short for a stormtrooper. Conversation anyway. I think we took a wrong turn.
Carrie Fisher. Alec Guinness.
Don wins us. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
20th Century Fox presents the most extraordinary motion picture of all time, Star Wars.
It doesn't look like that. It did not look like the most extraordinary picture of all. People are looking at this like this looks like shit.
Shoot.
Hilarious.
Oh, that just watch it.
Listen, it did back then, but it was just good to watch. We knew it didn't have the greatest effects back then.
Whoa.
Like,
yeah, but it was though. It was amazing what they had back then. This shit was like next level.
That shit was next level, man.
Yeah.
Yo, just watching it now just brings me.
Well, no. I mean, like the stop motion, like if you watch King Kong in stop motion when they first did it,
hold on,
like, damn.
We know.
But when you watch the stop motion in these pictures, it was a lot better. I mean, you can still tell it was stop motion and all that, but it was just done better. Like,
oh yeah,
it was just done a whole lot better than anything I had ever seen. And remember, they used stop motion all the way up until like the mid '80s. They were still using that a lot.
Yeah.
And when Star Wars, the thing that blew me away about Star Wars was the story more than the effects. I know a lot of people look at the effects, but the story is what blew me away, because I was really into that, man. I was really into, you know, Han Solo and Luke and just the whole thing where they went and destroyed the Death Star. I thought that was just epic to me, bro. Like, I really loved that, man. I just thought that was just the most epic part was the story. I really, really enjoyed that.
Word. It just watching it now brings you back in that feeling, like just everything 70s going into the 80s, like that whole feel, that whole, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing like it, man. It's not even now. You don't get that feeling like back then. It's just a whole nother vibe. I mean, just movies in general back then, even with the Michael Myers and stuff like that. All the stuff that was dropped in the 70s, like the Star Treks, You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Early
I
80s.
know exactly what you mean.
That
Yeah.
feeling, it's like, yo, it's like a crackhead trying to catch that first hit. That's what it is.
It
Yeah,
is.
When
It
dog.
is.
you know
But
what I
it's
mean? You're like,
it's
Because
definitely
you
a
got to remember
vibe.
the pace of movies was different. Like when I watched Star Trek, the original series, the pace of it is way slower than the Next Generation or
Yeah.
Voyager or any of the newer stuff they put out.
Yeah.
The only Star Trek entity that they put out that kind of matched the pace of the original series was Deep Space Nine. But it was the most successful one that they put out. That's quiet as kept. Like to date, and they thought DS9 was going to be a flop. They thought it was going to be a failure, but it was
Mm-hmm.
actually the most successful Trek project put out ever
Yeah.
after the original series, even more than the Next Generation.
Well, late 70s, early 80s, it's the best time for films. It's
It is. It
it's the
really
best
is, bro.
film
It
era.
really
It
is, in
really
my
is.
opinion.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, this is dope. This is a dope trailer. It does. That's why I love watching these old trailers, man, because they really do bring you back to that vibe, man. It makes you feel like you're in that time because like the way
yeah.
they sound, you hear the popping and cracking in the mic, and it's just dope,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, let's see the
Eight
rest.
the 8 millimeter.
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's dope right there. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
Would be as exciting as this romance of the future. May the force be with you in Star Wars.
Ha.
That shit is dope.
That's epic, man. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
One more time. One more time.
Skywalker was just a
Yeah.
farm until he received a
Hey,
mysterious
can you show Empire? Can we see Empire?
Nah, Empire didn't come out today.
I know, man, but it's fun. It's just fun to watch.
Nah, but yeah, I think Empire
Look at
is on
Carrie
there.
Fisher. Look at Carrie Fisher.
I know they got
She's
the
like,
Empire one.
Word.
she's like, aren't you a little too short to be a stormtrooper?
Word.
Word. Word. That shit is just
Man, these old trailers do take you back. Star Wars was epic though, man. I wish when I was a kid I still had my toys, like all the Star Wars stuff that I had. I didn't have a lot, but I wish I still had it because it's worth a lot now.
Now, Empire, and Empire is my favorite. But it has a different. It's a little different. It's a different vibe. They definitely they had their shit together. Like check it out. Oh, and
He
this is
said,
on. They had their shit together. Like they because the first one was crazy, but this is on the
exactly.
Star Wars channel, right? It's the original. This is the official Star Wars YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Go check them out, and you see I'm subscribed. There you go, and check it out.
and Han Solo rescued the princess, destroyed the Death Star, but their story didn't end there.
Bro, that shit came off like
Yo,
an old radio show.
yeah,
Like an old.
it did.
but
That's how
see,
George Lucas wanted it.
yeah,
Like
like the
Buck
cereal
Rogers.
back in the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Check it out.
Luke Skywalker and Han Solo rescued the princess, destroyed the Death Star, but their story didn't end there.
Damn.
Now, the creators of the biggest smash hit of all time bring you the next episode in the Star Wars saga, The Empire Strikes Back.
I was watching this the other
They
night.
they barely show Boba Fett.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
ain't letting that cat out the bag yet. They not. I like how they see they didn't spoil everything in the trailers back then.
Nah, they did. Man, look how quick Han Solo was. As soon as the door, when he saw Vader, he just started shooting. He was like, whoa.
Yeah,
I know Vader was like, yo, this dude ain't no joke. Let me
that
get this
was it.
blaster.
That was all the
And
Boba
that's all
we
he
get.
got. Yeah.
That's it.
Flash.
Continuing story of our band of heroes: Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca. And introducing Lando Calrissian.
Hey,
It's an epic
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy D.
Yeah, that was wild right there.
Yeah.
Of heroes and villains. They cross trackless voids to unknown worlds.
Oh, the bounty hunters. You caught them real quick.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Lom. What's his name? Forlom.
Yeah, they just
Yeah, for
released them,
yeah.
I think, in Black Series.
Yep.
Yep, there you go, right there. Yep.
That's him right there.
Great.
A galactic odyssey against oppression. A big, new, sprawling space adventure in the Star Wars
Wow.
saga.
You can really see the budget got much bigger in this movie, and they were good at the storytelling in the original to not really show that, like the way they told the story so well that the scenes they showed they didn't have to do too much big shit.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying, but yeah, they definitely upped the budget for this.
A big, new, sprawling space adventure in the Star Wars saga. The Empire Strikes Back.
I like that.
Yeah, dog. Can you imagine
That
how
was good.
exciting?
You see Vader's helmet. Like, yo.
Oh, how exciting it was after Star Wars, right? The biggest movie ever in all time, and that shit comes, and then you're getting a sequel, bro. That shit was just
I remember being in
ah.
line for this. I remember being in line for this.
See, this is 1978, so I was born a year later in '79.
Yeah. I was
I
in
was about 6.
75.
I was about 6 years old. About 6 or 7 when this came out.
When I first saw Star Wars, it was
I
on
was
HBO.
I was 7.
I
Yeah,
It was
me
on
too.
HBO.
That's the first. Yeah, yeah. That's why
remember
I saw
being
it too,
in
Renee.
line for this
Yeah.
and in Jedi.
Damn.
Empire Strikes Back too. I literally saw both of them on HBO. Never saw neither one of them in the theaters.
How old are you, Raw Talk?
I'm 48.
I thought you were like my age. So you were like
I'm going to
3?
be 49. I'm going to be 49 next month.
Okay. Yeah. So you were like 3 or 4.
Yep.
Dog.
My
That
father,
is
he wanted to see that joint. I was right with him.
yeah. That's who showed me my pops on HBO. Well, it's funny because we had HBO and they used to sell the HBO in like a package then, so everybody in the apartment building had all the channels because we had a hookup. And so HBO, Showtime, Movie Channel, Cinemax, and you could literally flip to all of them and they'd all be playing Star Wars at like the same point in the movie. You could literally bounce between the 4 channels. All the premium channels were playing Star Wars at the same time. It was crazy as fuck. That's the first time I saw Star Wars. That's how it was in the 80s, bro. They were showing all the movies at one time. I meant all the channels were showing the movie at the same time. All the premium channels
That's
were
right.
showing the
Because
movie.
when I first saw Empire, it was like somewhere like I say, what year did Transformers the movie come out? 80, 85? It was like somewhere 84
Yeah.
or something like that. Somewhere 83. Star Wars, I saw at one of my friends. One day we came home from school, and this was this was like probably about 81, 82. Um, they had it on Betamax, and we went
Yeah.
to his house and watched it. And I was like, yo, I never seen Star Wars. He was like, yeah. And we watched it, and then maybe like a couple months later, it came on HBO, and I sat
Mm-hmm.
down and watched it at home. And every time it came on, I watched it every single time.
Yep.
And then it
Every
started showing
time.
on regular TV. Yeah, yeah.
Every fucking time, dog. This shit would come on, dog. I would watch that shit again. And all 3 of the movies this happened with Star Wars, Empire, Return of the Jedi, all of them. And back then, a movie would come out. You'd have to wait a year for that shit to hit VHS or whatever home, whatever. And then you'd have to wait another year for that shit to hit the premium channels. And then you wait another year for it to hit network TV. That's how it went. It was like a year between each medium. And that's how they went, man. And at one point, man, they were all showing the same movie. But this is a review back in '77 on the movie right after it came out. So I like seeing these two. And this is the BBC. So this is the British Cat. And this is the BBC archive again. And this is their review. It's pretty funny.
But for the real family entertainment, it's most sublime. You'll have to wait till after Christmas when Star Wars opens in London. Even by the standards of Hollywood, a place where nothing succeeds like excess, Star Wars is a phenomenon. It only opened in America at the end of May, but already it's the biggest box office hit in cinema history, having grossed the best part of $200 million in the United States alone. Perhaps one important reason for this immense popularity is that it somehow combines elements of all the best-loved themes of romantic adventure, from the Arabian Nights to the Western, from the Knights of the Round Table to science fiction and space fantasy. Alec Guinness, as a sort of elderly space-age Sir Galahad, is the best-known actor in the film, the juvenile leads being played by Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Eddie Fisher's daughter Carrie as the kidnapped princess. But the real...
They love Alec Guinness as the star. That's what they say.
Stars I fancy will turn out to be two robots, known as C3PO and R2D2. Ironically enough, Star Wars was turned down by two studios before 20th Century Fox agreed to back it without too much initial enthusiasm and with a comparatively modest budget of £6 million. Even more ironically, most of the spectacular sets and the live action scenes, which are about half the strength of the picture, were created by British technicians at Elstree Studio.
This is funny. So he says he brags how all the shit was made by British technicians and studios, but then he's like, but none of that money came back to us.
No, because you got to think, man. A lot of the actors were British.
No, watch what he says. Watch what he says. I know. Watch what he says.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Technicians at Elstree Studios. Of course, none of the monstrous profits will come back to support our own local film industry. In fact, the overwhelming success of the picture surprised everybody, including Fox, the producer Carrie Kurtz, and the director George Lucas. Had they been able to predict it, we should already be inundated with commercial spin-offs such as toy models of R2D2 and C3PO. They won't be here in time for Christmas, but ray guns, spaceships, shirts, posters, and Star Wars wallpaper, bubble baths, and breakfast foods should be on the market pretty soon. As one Fox executive put it, not so much a film, it's more an industry. And the man chiefly responsible for both film and, by extension, industry is the writer and director George Lucas, who spent years writing and rewriting the script until he felt it was good enough to go into production. And the script, which is like everyone's nostalgic memory of glorious Saturday morning matinees, is quite as important to the overall film as the special effects. George Lucas is best known, or was until now, for American Graffiti, but I suppose the initial seed of Star Wars was sown in his first picture, a science fiction story called THX L138, made when he was a 27-year-old graduate of film school. It's really quite irritating to think that even while he was making that picture, George was ideas for Star Wars. And now 5 years and only 2 films later, at the age of 32, he's so rich he need never work again. However, it's no good being jealous. He's a good director and deserves his success. Damn him.
Damn him.
Yo, my man's tie is mad brolic.
Word. Check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna start dressing like that. I'm gonna start dressing like the 70s and 80s, yo, with suits and stuff. Going to parties with
that'd be crazy.
And shit.
Like polyester leisure suit and shit.
Hell yeah.
Right.
There's a website. There's a website. It's called OxyNet.
Bell bumps.
It sells. It sells
suede
70s.
fronts, bell bottoms, and tricolor curlings.
It's called OxyNet. It sells 60s and 70s themed clothes. Not themed, but like the stuff they wore, like the sweaters and the little the short sleeve sweaters and stuff. It sells all that.
I think that's gonna be my new swag, yo.
Suede fronts, bell bottoms, and
yo, you know the sport coats I like. I like all the Rodney Dangerfield sport coats, yo. Yo, he had the flyness, man.
With the elbow pads,
huh?
With the elbow pads,
yeah. Wow, loud, yo. That was my dude.
All right.
Rodney Dangerfield was funny as hell.
I rock me a Shirley.
Are we going in there like Mr. Roper and shit? Yo, that's
right. With Larry, right?
Yo, that's my style though. I love that style. It just look dope.
Yeah.
Yo, look my man here with the wild rambunctious tie.
Check him out. and he got the fro. Check him out.
He is in New York City playing quite a different character, Mozart, in the Broadway production of Amadeus, and we are more than happy to have him.
This is Mark. This is David Letterman interviewing Mark Hamill on his page, Letterman, with his check mark. Yeah.
Was here tonight. Please welcome.
Paper off his channel.
Huh?
I said Letterman getting paper off his channel. Crazy.
655K subs.
Yeah.
And this already got 23,000 views. Well, no, that's 2 years ago. It's not popping like that, but he making
yeah.
he doing a lot better than we are. Shit.
He got 655K. Look at the likes.
655.
Yeah, it matches up.
That's crazy. You got
Yeah,
one like for every 100,000
yeah.
or every 10,000. But
Yeah.
yeah, but he said, we are more than happy to have him. All right, check him out.
Mark Hamill.
Young Mark Hamill.
It's so funny. The show is, you can see like the production, and everything. Like early Letterman is definitely different than,
Word.
90s or 2000 current Letterman.
Word. That set look crazy. Yo. That's my style all the way, yo. I'm old.
Huh.
Oh,
The Jedi. Thank you. Very nice job there, sir. Let's talk a little bit about the part you're currently playing.
I started thinking that
Oh, this isn't the one. Okay. This is so they're talking about a play he's in. This is way after Return
Amadeus.
of the Jedi. Yeah, Amadeus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he talks about Mozart and how he was crazy and wild and all of that.
My whole style is wood paneling, stone. My,
Wood panel wall,
oh yeah, that's my
Yo,
style.
you on the
orange shag
chain.
carpeting,
You on the
Straight off.
chain,
green kitchen
shag
appliance,
carpet. You on the chain right now, man.
or
Yeah,
brown kitchen
that's my
appliances.
style all the way.
Or
He
Buy
said
a
brown
bigger
kitchen
house.
appliance.
you
My
got
my
the
my
orange refrigerator, the
my
green
man
stove,
cave
and the
ain't gonna be
brown.
nothing but wooden panel. Straight off.
You
Like
know,
the
when I
Panel.
see stuff like that, it just looks, for some reason, I don't know why, maybe I miss that look. Like I just
Yeah.
miss that look.
It
Yeah,
makes you
it looks
feel
good.
like welcome and at home, man. Like homey.
Yeah.
Like you can go to sleep
See, for me, and this
easy.
is what for me, I don't get for me that it gives me a creepy vibe, like MASH when I hear the song. But for me, 80s shit gives me that vibe, and I think it's because of the age. That's how old you were when you looked around as a baby, how shit looked.
Yeah,
That's the shit
yeah,
you fucking gravitate.
Yeah.
That's the shit
Yeah.
makes you
yeah.
feel comfortable.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
them big checkerboard damn couches and shit.
Word,
You know, wild shack
word.
Yeah.
rugs and shit. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
that's my
Yeah.
style all the way, bro.
That's
Yeah,
your style all the
crazy.
way.
That's
All the
crazy.
That's
way.
you.
That's me.
ODB shit.
That's me. Old school floor model Zenith. That's me. Right
Seen it.
there. Off top.
Zenith.
Zenith. Yep. With the wire antenna with the aluminum foil on the top.
Yeah.
Yo, he wilding right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shit, my brother will tell you, he like, if I had it my way, I
These are
gotta
funny.
have it down here. That's why my man cave down here is like that. I got wood paneling. Y'all, I don't be playing.
Yeah.
I'll bring y'all through it one day. I'll show y'all. Y'all gonna be like, yo, this motherfucker here is crazy.
We need the
Hey
tour.
man, listen. I tell everybody now, if you got the money,
All
like
right,
how
here
Humpty
we.
Hump said it, do what you like.
I'm looking for this is the one I'm looking for. This is an interview with them right during when the movie came out and shit.
Hmm.
It's Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford's the funniest because he fucking hates it. It's hilarious.
Hmm.
Red lipstick that Princess Leia wears in Star Wars. You look much softer.
Now, that's not my fault. What about the earphones?
Yes, yes, they may bring back Mickey Mouse.
They won't bring back anything else.
You tell us something. As a woman who recently, in speaking with the New York Times, was talking about her life and her career, and pointed out that you wanted to live and work in New York because you were serious about acting.
Did I say?
Are you living in New York City?
Yes, but
Why are you in New York?
I live there because it's much more conducive for me to studying. I have difficulty getting around it. You drive 20 minutes to buy a paper, and I don't know. I had some kind of a problem at some points, but
Is there writing beyond the poem Holly?
Oh, by the way, this is Brian Linehan's City Lights. That's the name of his channel, and he does he shows like rare interviews and old school footage and shit like that.
Does living in New York give you a perspective? Living in New York, studying in
Yo,
London.
she look mad pretty. Just
She look
natural,
mad
yo.
young. She
Just
look
yeah.
young.
Just natural pretty. She ain't
Yeah,
her face ain't blasted and shit.
right.
Yeah.
Hella blue eyeshadow and red.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that crazy shit.
Yeah.
Naturally pretty. Like
it's time for that anti-hero thing to sort of take a back seat to the fun in films and so forth. be able to lose
Mm.
yourself in it in a good way and not just think, oh, that's really awful. My life is a peach compared to that. It just happens so much, I think. So it's a different kind of escapism, and I don't think it's as much fun. And I think that it's
Okay.
go and think.
So she's talking about how movies, in the 70s at that time we're hella dark, and we're always, had an anti-hero and like, or a tragic ending and shit, and they did, but Star Wars is trying to bring it out and make that, that the fun, the hero, the good guy, gets the girl, happy ending type shit.
Yeah.
See that the thing, but remember what I said earlier? I said that's what I liked about Star Wars.
Yeah.
I like
That's
the
what's
fact,
great about
yeah,
it.
the
Yeah.
story. Yeah, like a lot of people talk about the special effects and the puppets and all. I always
Right.
thought that was cool, but the story of Star Wars is what captivated me. That good
Yeah.
versus evil, Vader, Luke, the epic adventure that they had to go on. Like it
The
just seemed like
old
the whole movie,
wizard.
the odds were against them. The whole movie.
Yeah. The
Mm.
old wizard fucking collecting your party, getting your party together to go on
Yeah,
the
you party
your
together.
fellowship
Yeah,
adventure.
adventure. Yeah, bro. Bro,
Always
that,
the
bro,
Yeah,
that.
all of that.
Yeah, like for
that's
me,
All of that. The
yeah, for
they need
me,
fantasy.
He-Man.
The fantasy shit.
right.
Yeah.
To
They
me,
need to
that
do
was.
that with,
It's just always been epic. Yeah. You said he did
yeah.
that for He Man. If
Yeah.
we can get a live action He Man like that, that would be dope.
I mean, they
That'd be
did it.
dope.
They did it with Dolph Lundgren. Same thing. Like
I
on
want to
the
see one though that takes place in there. I don't want to see them in modern times.
oh no, no,
Yeah, I
not
want
a,
to see him in Earth. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm with you on that. I don't want. I want to see him on Eternia. We
yeah.
got the
Yeah.
technology to put you on Eternia and do the
Yep.
damn thing.
And
Same
that's
thing with
why.
Transformers. Like I
Yeah.
want to see transform. I want just give me something on Cybertron. Like all
Mm,
right, let's stop coming to Earth and
yeah.
hiding out and transforming. Take us to Cybertron. Give me a battle. Hook
Yeah.
me up.
I mean, that's why Lord of the Rings was so big because of that adventure, that journey.
Yeah.
Why they did numbers.
Well, I mean, The
Yeah.
Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, that's what
Yeah.
started all of this shit. Dungeons and Dragons, every RPG video game you ever played, all of this shit, the trolls, the goblins, the elves, the archers, the wizard, the mage,
Wait,
all of that shit, it comes from Lord of the Rings.
oh
It's
well,
all
yeah, tokens. But then
Tolkien.
you go back to Sinbad and the
Yep.
Sinbad adventures,
Yep.
and the 40 Thieves.
Jason and the Argonauts. I mean, he goes back to the Iliad if you want to take it back to the
Yeah,
original.
yeah,
You
that's what
know,
I'm talking about.
you go back to the OG, but Star Wars takes from all of those.
Yeah, yeah,
Star Wars borrows from all of those.
yeah,
And spaghetti westerns.
yeah,
Yes, spaghetti westerns and samurai films. Kira
Yep.
Kurosawa. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He took it to the. He blended it well,
Seven Samurai, all of that. Yeah,
and he added little biblical points to it too. Like
yep.
it's a whole mesh of everything. I mean, even down to
Greek
Vader.
mythology,
You know what he was evil based off the helmet, and you know
right?
what that helmet harkens to.
The German army, the Nazi army.
You know what I'm saying? They're
That's
super,
what stormtroopers are. They're Nazis.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, yo, he really, my man must have been smoking some real shit.
That's the crazy shit.
You're smoking that Puff the Magic Dragon.
That's
That's what you're
super.
smoking.
That real.
Never know, bro. You never know. One day he might have lit it up.
It's like Star Wars. It's like, yo,
Oh shit.
yeah.
And you know what's crazy? The original story that he made is nothing like the movie that we got. The stories, the characters are different. There's different. Yeah, I mean it's totally different. But we can definitely go into that in a second. But
I like the original art as well.
The first time you saw Star Wars,
yes,
what was
I had no idea. I'd seen photographs of the models and so forth, but I mean, well, remember at the beginning of the film that Star Cruiser comes in and kills the screen? I think that's one of the greatest books in the picture because right away,
so they're talking about the special effects.
Completely trust because so much of it, we didn't see. The hologram, they would just put a piece of tape on the ground, or when I'm working with the remote and the lightsaber, it's all just pretend. And in a cutaway cockpit, which they're rocking slowly, there's nothing but blue screen, and you have to imagine the TIE fighters coming in and the Imperial Star Cruisers or whatever. And then to see it in a theater and see that the
Yeah.
his special effects, man.
Wow.
I had no idea. I'd seen photographs of the models and so forth, but I mean, well, remember at the beginning of the film that Star Cruiser comes in and fills the screen? I think that's one of the greatest hooks in the picture because right away, okay, folks, this is it.
Yeah.
Only this long. I mean, it's and in a way, George didn't want reporters and everything to see. You know, it's like a magician being careful about giving away his tricks. Yeah. But I can tell you that when you see the models there, there's no way you can conceive of how it's going to look. It really is over 900 people worked on this film. So when people come up to me and say, I love the movie, it's hard to say thank you and feel justified. I want to pull out a list and show them the other 948 people.
Well, when you all accept your awards, you can have a special ceremony to thank the 900
team.
If any actors walk away with any awards, I think it'll probably be Chewbacca and 3PO.
We know about the success of Star Wars, and it's a phenomenal. What has it done to your career? What is Mark Hamill working on or
typecast his ass? He could never get another role in his life.
Shit, he didn't get a role until The Flash. That was the next time I really saw him.
Yeah.
Flash television show. The first one.
Yeah.
You mean the original Flash?
Yeah, he was the trickster.
Yeah, he's a trickster. I thought he was in something before that though, but he really didn't do a lot after Star Wars. You're right.
Yeah. He laid low after Jedi.
So obsessed with automobiles that he really he's emotionally everything else. And kind of steered him in the right direction. I mean, I think he suggested something to look at. So I was able to test for Stingray, and I'm really excited about it because, like I say, it's from going to.
Do you ever feel, in retrospect, now that the film is playing, is a tremendous success, that it's the film and then the actors? Do you think you give a lot of time to thinking about characterization of actors versus the effects of the film?
Well, I think George is a spectacular filmmaker. He wrote the script, of course, and I think he created characters that are almost actor-proof. And I think that's the way it works. He doesn't have a lot of communication.
Wait. Pause that for a second. Reno, pause that for a second.
He said actor.
Did you hear what he?
Do you understand what he means by that?
Yeah, but also think about what he said about Han Solo later on. Well, I don't think he has a significant effect, or not effect, but like he didn't think Han Solo affected Star Wars that much that he should be in it anymore. I disagree with that. And then based on what he just said, I agree with that. But how could you say that like 30 years later? How could you say Han Solo just didn't have an impact on Star Wars like he should have?
Well,
yeah, the biggest impact on Star Wars.
He had
everybody wanted to be him.
Honestly, from
it's because Harrison Ford famously doesn't like Star Wars. He doesn't like the movie. It's not his kind of thing. He feels silly about it. He's embarrassed by it. He's admitted it plenty of times. He fucking loathes it.
Even though that was the movie that made him besides Indiana Jones.
Right.
If it wasn't for Star Wars.
Are you serious?
If it wasn't for Star Wars, he wouldn't have got Indiana Jones.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did that with George Lucas. They did it together, and it's the same thing. So, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas wrote the shit. So, yeah, but I mean, he famously doesn't like Star Wars. So it's funny though, because he still does it, and he still comes back and does it every time. But he'll sit there and he'll grumble and growl, and it's funny, dude.
But when he says actor proof, that we all know he means like anybody can play that role because it's written so well.
Right. The characters are so 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, whatever, not 2-dimensional, that and they're archetypes, but they're archetypes and they're caricatures, they're characters, they're comic book characters, like they are in and of themselves. It don't matter, like you said, Raw Talk, it don't matter who plays it, it's the character is the character.
Yeah.
And but he says that, and I do agree with him to some extent. But honestly, I can't imagine anyone else being Han Solo.
Yeah, true. Because he dropped his personality into it, and I
agree with that. But see, that's why I said what I said. I can't see anybody else being Han Solo, and he played it so well that to hear him. But like Reno said, I didn't know he didn't like Star Wars like that. Number one.
Oh yeah.
But he played the character so well, he embedded himself in the role. Like when somebody say Han Solo, you think of Harrison Ford. I don't give a damn what nobody say. when they said Han Solo movie, we was thinking, well, maybe they're going, do like a visual effect and make him younger somehow. I don't know, but we think of Harrison Ford, bro. You can't. He can't be replaced as Han Solo. You can somebody replace him? Yeah. Can somebody else play Han Solo? Absolutely. Like what he said, oh, that's well done. But it's just you say Han Solo, you see his face, bro. It's like his little crooked smile, his voice, the way his whole mannerism, the way he plays the role, he plays it like it was written for him, like he is Han Solo.
He even ad libbed in some shit. Like when my man was going in the carbonite, she
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
He's like, I know.
I know. I know.
Yeah, that was the hard.
coolest. That's the coolest line ever. That's the coolest thing ever.
Oh, that shit was hard as fuck.
Yeah,
bro.
That shit
Yeah.
was ill.
Like come on,
Bro,
man. You can't get no cooler than that.
panties came off. Yo,
Yeah.
check him out though. Check him out though.
Yeah.
Well, I think George is a spectacular filmmaker. He wrote the script, of course, and I think he created characters that are almost actor-proof. And I think that's the way it works. He doesn't have a lot of communication with the actor after he's chosen. I mean, there's specific things, but you'll never get George to explain to you what it is that you're supposed to be doing. He just defines by his script everything you really need to know, and you just get in there and go to work.
I'm curious about the actor who left. You left Wisconsin?
Yeah.
You were working in Laguna Beach, California, in a production of John Brown's Body.
Right.
And that the story is found out how much of this is apocryphal, and the publicity department creates a man's background.
Yeah.
Right. We were doing that production of John Brown's
Body.
Still
Solo right there. Shit.
For your receiving a contract.
Word.
Pictures and what was then the new town.
See that's what I mean. Like,
Exactly.
That's what I'm throwing on the floor when you was like, he hates Star Wars. That breaks my heart, man.
It does. It breaks my heart, man. But it is.
It was a whole different medium.
It's a well-known thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I never knew that, bro. I never knew that.
Let me see if they.
The first time you saw Star Wars, what were some of your thoughts and your reactions?
Well, I was delighted, of course, and very proud of the people that created it. Grateful to be a part of it.
But did some of it look different from what you had imagined it was going to look?
Well, I had no idea of how skillful or spectacular the special effects were going to be, but I was surprised by that. But I knew pretty much what the rest of it was going to be like. Yeah.
Any particular thing grab you as far as the special effects, and where you just thought, "Wow, I didn't know it was."
Well, that opening shot is a stroke of genius. I don't want to describe it for fear of ruining it for somebody else. But there is an opening special effects shot which most audiences applaud. It's almost the first shot of the picture, and that's very, very nice to see. Yes. You know that you have the audience from that point on.
He's selling the movie at this point, but
the first time.
Yeah. If you want to see here, let me see.
Yeah, I definitely check that out. Well, I think if you get the DVD, I mean the Blu-ray, they have a lot of that stuff on it. The commemorative one, Blu-ray. Yeah.
See that? And you type Harrison Ford doesn't like, and then it says it pops up doesn't like Star Wars. Why Harrison Ford doesn't like Han Solo? But there's always
it's so epic.
Broke my heart, but
yeah, me too. Like out of all the roles he's ever played, to me, in my opinion, that's the best role I think he's ever played.
He could not like it because it made him an action star. I mean, he just want to be an actor instead of just an action guy.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? I couldn't. The video was playing. What
I'm sorry. I think he kind of hates it because all he wanted to do was be an actor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of an action hero.
Well, yeah, he felt it was, like I said, he felt it was childish and juvenile, whatever. And it's not like, of course he's got to have some, he's smart enough to fucking know, that, it's got to, it definitely helped him in his career in a lot of ways. But, at the same time, he doesn't like the fandom. He doesn't like any of it.
Oh, that right there, that's a no. You say no to the fandom. That's who made you who you are.
You are.
Yeah, he feels like, I don't know, you know how he just feels, you know, I don't know, icky about fans, and I don't know, but this is, I don't know, I've never seen this video here, but let's see if it conveys. This doesn't look like any old footage, but this is some new shit on the Masterminds channel. Harrison Ford hates Star Wars.
Yeah, he must have smoked some bad shit.
To move on to other parts of your career, but there's a Star Wars movie coming out. J.J. Abrams is directing it, and we'd love to know what your plans are for this.
I can't.
You can't say what's going on.
There's nothing. I can't.
Well, we have some people always like to ask you some questions. Would you be all right taking some questions from the audience?
No Star Wars.
No Star Wars question.
The Force Awakens trailer once again features the same lightsaber, still with the correct vintage computer board, and still with the notches cut out of the
Yo, look how you say.
whether there were 6 or 7 bricks on it.
No Star Wars questions.
Do you like being in movies? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, pretty straightforward. Do we have any? We have another. Okay, we have someone right over here.
All right, well, this they're clearly just making fun of
That's
the
a
fact
setup.
that
Yeah, they're making fun of him. Yeah, that's a setup.
Gag.
but they're making fun of the fact that he's known to not like Star Wars. But I don't. I'm trying to find some like actual footage of him actively like not liking it. Which I've seen him a lot of time in interviews just be like, whatever, man. Like, yeah, he's just not into it. Let's see.
Another major star of the Star Wars universe at one point made the statement, "I was glad to see that costume for the last time." That grumpy comment was made by Mr. Grumpy Pants himself, Han Solo. Or actually the guy who played Han, Harrison Ford. Apparently, Harrison has had a love-hate relationship with the franchise for a while now. I mean, it's probably hard to fully hate the thing that turned you into a huge movie star, right? And yet Harrison clearly had it. The movies and the scripts. Apparently, he said to writer George Lucas, "You can type this, George, but you sure as hell can't say it," referring to a bit of dialogue. Now, in fairness, it's possible it was all said in jest, and he was just having a little fun with the legendary Star Wars creator. But what we do know is that at the very least, Harrison got tired of playing Han Solo after a while. And in what has to be a first in Hollywood, he actually pitched the idea that Han should get killed in Empire Strikes Back. Bunkers. Another major.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Wow.
Now, I don't mean to move on to parts of your career, but there's a Star Wars movie coming out.
But yeah, it's funny.
Oh, that's wild right there.
Are you looking forward to watching a Han Solo movie as a fan?
Not really.
He's dead ass.
It came to an end in Force Awakens. How'd you feel about the ending? Did you feel good about the ending? Do you like the way the story ended up? Did you see that as Han's ending?
See, he don't want to. He don't want to. He knows he don't want to piss the fans off. He just doesn't, and he has this reaction all the time. He's like, I don't want to say it, but y'all motherfuckers know how I feel about this shit. You want me to say this shit? Like, they be trying to get him to say it. He's like, you don't want me to say this, man. You don't want me to do this.
It's kind of like the same reaction you had when David Blaine was at his house doing a magic trick. He told him, "Get the fuck out my house." He's like, "Get the fuck out my house."
Get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, that shit was funny, hilarious.
They've all been, which was accessible to my intelligence, so that I could come up with something that I'd never seen before. It was one of those Buck Rogers.
Ain't trying to be super suave and shit.
This butterfly collar.
In the 70s, he had broads everywhere on him, man.
Right. And finally, I wore him down.
This is how hair.
Yeah, he said I argued for 30 years for this to happen, talking about Han being killed.
Yeah.
He said I argued for 30 years for this to happen, and they finally listened to me.
30 years for this to happen. Right. And finally, I wore him down.
This is how Harrison Ford felt about Han Solo's death in The Force Awakens.
You told me last time you were here that you've been pushing for many years to have Han Solo killed off, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I hope at this point everyone who wants to see the movie, but you succeeded.
You work for like 25 years for the company.
Yeah.
You do your best. You show up every day. You do your job. And then they just let you go.
They actually killed you.
Shocking. Shocking.
When you saw
I argued for 30 years for this to happen.
But yeah, he's not a super fan of it. Let's just
wow.
Not a
Sad,
super fan.
man. It's sad.
That's like
But,
Adam West saying he didn't, rest in peace. Adam West
Right.
saying he didn't
Saying
like
he didn't
Batman.
want to be Batman. Yeah. But he played the hell out of Batman.
Exactly.
It's like William Shatner said he didn't like being Captain Kirk.
Yeah,
he made Captain Kirk.
I think
You are Captain Kirk.
Yeah, you are Captain. You will always be, even in real life, people call you Captain. They don't call you William Shatner. They call you Kirk. They call you Captain Kirk.
Yo, when they bury him, he's gonna have the fucking symbol on his casket. I bet you, in some form of fact.
Starfleet. He's gonna
The
have
only reason,
oh yeah,
the only reason anybody ever wants William Shatner to be in it is because we want Captain Kirk to be in it. That's it. That's why William Shatner's in it. William Shatner's in it. Why do we give a fuck? Because it's Captain Kirk, not because it's William Shatner.
Yeah, well, Shatner.
Come on,
William
Shat.
Shatner is Captain.
Come on, Shat.
Yeah.
Don't get with the chat. Get with the.
I think
Captain Kirk alter ego is William Shatner, but Captain Kirk is the real person.
Right? What are you gonna say, Raw Talk?
I was gonna say, I think the weed they were smoking finally wore off, because they was all smoking back. Heavy shit,
and now they not with it.
Wore off, and they're like they hate themselves.
Yeah.
Like, how you gonna hate what created your whole lifestyle? Like that I'd be appreciative. I'd be like, damn, if it wasn't for this character, I wouldn't have a goddamn thing.
Salute Corey, salute Slade, salute EGC.
Yeah.
Marshall Warpath, what up, man? He said I seen stats. Oh, Star Wars in the theater. I'm 49. I feel like 5 is creeping on me. Yeah, it's coming. That big 5 is coming. Yeah, man. So I saw it in 78 at the movies. I was 8. Damn, Corey Edger. You about 70, ain't you? Shout out Corey Edger.
He probably mid-50s, man. Mid-50s.
LD Tatum said, interesting seems I've discovered a small herd of Star Wars nerds. Oh, you already know. That's how we get down over here. Geek out. Slade was born in 77, so I didn't get to see it in its entirety until the 80s. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I'm keeping it a buck. Shout out BDBGP. How you feeling? How you live? Salute. Check them out at the Battle of the Beats tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Peace. Salute. Yeah, man.
Like, it's just one of those things. Like, okay, we all know G.I. Joe ruled in the toys, and Star Wars was first.
Yep.
But Star Wars was everybody's true first love, man. If it wasn't for that genre, that just breaking it through, I mean, like you're watching it as a kid, and you're like, yo, I want a lightsaber too. Then you're trying to make lightsabers. You're trying to find every way to copy Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and all of the rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
tell me about it.
Yeah. Star Wars bed sheets and curtains. I'm telling you.
Merchandising. What Spaceballs was all about.
Yeah.
That's what Spaceballs was all about, making fun of how Star Wars was just a big merchandising. It's funny, man, because it's merchandising is definitely bigger than the movies. They make way more with the toys than the movies. The toys, the comics, the lunch boxes, the bed sheets, and all of that.
And that was an irony of Spaceballs being successful off of copying something they was making fun of.
Well, it's satire, man, and I love Spaceballs. I love fucking
hell yeah, but it was
fucking Mel Brooks. Yeah, he's a beast at
Yeah.
satire. That's just he's just dope at that shit. But yeah, man. Let's see here. 47 years ago today, one of the most impactful sagas in the history of entertainment was born because exactly 47 years ago today, on the 25th of May, 1977, the first Star Wars movie made its way to theaters to live audiences absolutely starstruck, making an epic milestone in the cinematic history of entertainment. The 121-minute runtime holding Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope was released in theaters in the U.S., with courtesy of its production being held by Lucasfilm and distributed by 20th Century Fox. Needless to say, the science fiction movie created from the depths of George Lucas' truly brilliant mind started with the reign of what would become one of the greatest franchises of all time, one that created the atomic age of cinema, especially when it comes to those space operas. That's what I love about Star Wars. It's a space opera. And since then there's been multiple instances of rip-offs and other space operas and other space movies being created, just like Ice Pirates was a great one. Fucking yo, I'm look for that and try to watch that again, man, because I forget. I remember as a little kid being like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I think I got Ice
Starship
Pirates on
Galactica. Yeah.
DVD. One of the biggest
Battleship
space
Galactica.
operas that we saw after Star Wars, and it's big, but you got to be a real sci-fi fan. But it is
What's
big.
that?
Battleship Yamato. That is famously,
Mm.
after Star. But even though it's an anime, it's probably the
I was
second
gonna
most
say,
famous
yeah.
space opera ever. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it truly was a space opera because it was
Yeah.
damn sure very melodramatic, but it was
Yeah.
good. And they
Yeah.
had a ship so powerful that when they fired the wave motion gun, they had to put on glasses.
There's
I
so
want a gun
many
that powerful. I
there's
want a
so
gun that
many.
powerful.
There's so
Yeah,
many
I want a gun.
yeah, exactly. There's
Robotech.
so many
Robotech is a
weapons.
space opera.
I
Yeah,
mean, the
Robotech is another space opera.
lightsabers and shit. I mean, the weapons of
Yeah.
those, they're epic, man. But space operas, Star Wars copies and clones and all of that. But obviously, none can come close to the perfection that is the original saga of Star Wars,
This is true.
kickstarted in the late summer of the
This
1970s.
is true.
70s. Now, ironically enough, Lucas himself didn't have that much faith in his iconic first movie that was later deemed a sequel to a prequel.
Yeah,
Deemed,
right.
it wasn't not yet known as A New Hope. It was just Star Wars. The A New Hope title came a little later when George, decided to expand and make the prequels and the whole thing and tell the whole story of Anakin. And as he shared, while talking with Stephen Colbert in the 2015 Tribeca Film Festival panel, he said, I didn't think the film was going to be successful. He said, and while that is surprising, what's even more unbelievable is the fact that actually no one believed in his lore, not even his friends. And if anything, the only one who actually saw it for the absolute masterpiece that the movie was none other than Steven Spielberg.
Of course.
And as Lucas said, at the panel, he said, Steve jumped up and said, this is going to be the biggest movie of all time.
While passing the joint.
While passing the L.
Stop.
I guarantee that was in the mix. You had to be hot.
It's going to be the biggest movie of all time. I can see it.
Yo, stop
I can
it,
see
man.
it.
Stop.
Had to be off on something with that conversation.
Spielberg. You know what I mean?
You're smoking that Puff the Magic Dragon, huh?
Yeah. That was the conversation. Like, it was like,
well past
big American Graffiti. You just did that.
Yeah.
Word.
He's like,
the space night and cowboys and
that's how they smoke.
Yeah.
That's how they hit it back. Yeah, hit it.
Yeah. They talk like this.
Yeah.
We got the robots and we got all these other things, these lasers, the big moon that blows up planets, and yeah, this shit's gonna be great. Yo,
I'm gonna have a
thing about the whole
tall
thing,
furry guy named Chewbacca, son.
And the best thing about the whole movie, that's gonna throw everybody off like right in the middle, is they go in the trash compactor and we got a trash monster. Sun is blowing up, son. It's blowing up, and it's all in outer space. It's all in outer space.
Yo, but the
So that's
monster's
what makes
just
it
a
believable.
tentacle. Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, the trash
Yo, but
monster
yo,
was
son,
something
in
too
the
that we
end,
like.
son, yo, in the end, son, it was his pops the whole time.
Word.
Yeah, yes, yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
I swear that's how it would die. They won't never say it, but I know. You can just tell that genius when you powwowing, you getting deep with it. Yeah, it's something involved with that. Back in the 70s, come on now.
Oh, you already know. You
Shoot.
already know.
Yeah, y'all stupid. He says
Bro,
he passed the joint. He
and
passed the joint.
Spielberg, he said Steve had jumped up and said this is going to be the biggest movie of all time, and Spielberg was, and he wasn't wrong, obviously, considering how
Nah, he wasn't. He
within a
definitely wasn't.
week, within a week, the film was actually making headlines, becoming the biggest movie of all time. You know what I'm saying? Viewers going berserk, lines around the fucking block to get in the theaters. The grossing unexpectedly untold numbers at the box office. In fact, made on a budget of just 11 million total. The movie goes on to make damn near a billion, 775.4 million dollars global box office, setting the whole new record for Lucas and breaking God knows how many movie box office records. And
What was the not to cut you off, but
Jaws.
what was the biggest movie? Jaws was
Jaws.
the biggest movie at that time?
Yeah.
I mean the
Jaws,
biggest
yeah,
money maker.
Yeah.
It was the biggest
Jaws.
money maker. Yeah.
Jaws for
Beat
sure.
out Jaws.
Yeah, and
It wasn't isn't that Steven Spielberg too, or no? Jaws.
Jaws, was it? No.
it's
Computer. Who
it's
directed Jaws?
Steven Spielberg, yeah, and
Jaws was directed by Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, that was Steven
I don't
Spielberg.
know if
It
yeah,
won 3 Academy Awards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Smile, you son of a bitch.
I was watching that too.
I will say now, I'm gonna
Smile,
tell y'all
you
something
son
that's real. I'm gonna tell y'all something that's real about Jaws. I
You're gonna need
actually
a bigger
bought
boat.
the Blu-ray. I bought the Blu-ray DVD, right?
Mhm.
And I watched it, and it is stunningly beautiful. Like
Oh,
when you watch something in Blu-ray that they have enhanced, you can kind of sometimes see the flaws in the movie. Like you can see it's just
Mhm.
little things. It looks sometimes it
Shit that
look kind
don't
of
show
washed
up
out.
in the
Sometimes
old school
right,
version.
right,
Yeah.
in the old right. And just the way it was filmed, like you can clean it up, but you can just tell. When I watched Jaws, I had bought it and I sat back and watched it one day, and it was just stunningly beautiful. But it didn't look no different than the DVD. In the movie, it was clearer, it was sharper, but it was like the camera angles.
Wasn't no
It
slip
just
showing.
nothing, no slips, no, no nothing, no strings, it just looked
Right,
good. The
right.
shark looked good, like it was well shot, man. It was well made, and it held up over the course of time, especially being converted to digital.
Mhm.
I was impressed. I was high.
yeah.
So I just tell everybody out there in the chat, even you two guys, that, if when you get your movies, Jaws is one you should have in your
Collect.
collection.
Oh,
It is a
definitely. It's
stunningly,
already
yeah,
there.
it's a stunningly beautiful movie to watch. It really is. It really, really
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
That's the first movie that really scared the shit out of me. Besides Poltergeist.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Poltergeist. Yeah, Poltergeist. And
Yeah.
Amityville Horror. That scared me. Amityville Horror scared the hell
Yeah.
out of me.
I
I
couldn't.
Bro,
ain't want going to no
Exorcist
attic. I ain't
too.
going to no attic after that. Exorcist too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exorcist.
this is
Exorcist.
definitely
Fucking The Omen fucked me up as a little kid. The
Yeah,
first Omen was
Omen had me messed up when I
good.
was a kid too.
But
So did The
yeah,
Shining. Shining had me messed up too. I
yeah,
was
Shining was
pretty
a
messed up
mind fuck.
after
but
seeing
with
that.
the
Yeah,
Yeah.
Poltergeist,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
The
That
Poltergeist.
lady came out the tub, bro, with the green titties. I was
Yeah, with
done.
the green. Yeah. I was done too. I was like, man, we can't. Yeah.
Yo, but the Poltergeist, man, it's like when y'all remember when the TVs went off back in the day, and you had the
The little dot.
Snow,
Yeah, little dot. Yeah. The
snow,
CRT, the little dot, the CRT. Yeah.
snow. Oh man, that right there. If you seen Snow,
if you see the snow, shh, you think Carol Ann in that bitch.
yeah,
Carolyn, oh man, yeah. Mom, run to the light. No, Carolyn, stay away from the light.
yo, the greatest. man, in the 80s, man. You can't.
Yeah, man. It was the best. It was the best.
That movie was cursed. Like they said, a lot of weird stuff went on. The
Well,
girl Carol Ann
yeah, the
died.
girl died. Yeah,
There's a lot that went on with that movie, man.
yeah.
Yo, a lot of shit went with the Amityville horror. A lot of shit with that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Well, that was the real
And so did
story
the
and shit.
Omen.
Based on the real story.
Yeah.
Amityville.
Yeah.
Guy really killed his family and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, Amityville. Yeah. You know, that's what. And guess
Guy
who's
really
from Amity? Guess who's from Amityville? And that's in New York. Guess who's from Amityville, New York? Famous person. That you guys don't know.
Who?
De La
What?
Soul.
Oh yeah.
De La Soul. They're from
word.
Amityville. Yeah, they're from Amityville, New York.
They should have did an album called that shit.
They had
they never
capitalized on that shit.
They had a few references in their songs and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
Think, now that
The
I
one
think about
song,
it, yeah.
the Daisy Age. That's the first. That's the first thing he starts off with. Amityville, Resident. Da 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 da. Flow.
Yeah. Well, yes, but yeah, man, Star Wars on Twitter, they fans reacting to this year to it turning 47. And as can be expected from the massive fandom of the star-studded lore, fans are over the moon to even think that their favorite film that kickstarted the Lucas cinematic saga actually turned 47 years old and soon will be celebrating its golden jubilee. I guess that golden jubilee, it's this thing when it becomes 50. Yeah, but while some express how old it makes them feel after hearing that this is a 47-year-old movie, others gushed on in praise of what a wonderstruck saga, A New Hope, led to. And all in all, here are some of the reactions that we see on X, on Twitter. Maximus.
Shit, man.
Will we see another franchise with this impact? No, sir.
I hope so, but I doubt it right now.
No.
I mean, in that genre, no.
In that genre, yeah, definitely. No.
And it made history and changed the world.
Because I mean, you had franchises like Harry Potter again.
They're not as big as Star Wars, dog.
No, not big as Star Wars, but I'm saying it's the genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And but with the impact of Star Wars, with the long, because see, Star Wars is like a generational, like fathers, grandfathers, like in this shit, like like my pops put me on, and then my son, I put him on, and he's 20. He has a kid. That's a great grandson that's been put on to Star Wars. Like it's
I put
crazy.
my son on. Yeah, I put my son on. My son is a big Star Wars fan. And he loves my son. My son loves the droids. Like he loves the bounty hunters, the droids, R2D2, Jedi's. Like, but now for him, I will say one thing: those prequel movies to him are what the first three movies were to us. Like,
understandable, yeah.
Those movies with him were epic because he was so little. He liked Star Wars, Empire, and Return. He loves them, but Episode 1, 2, and 3, that's like his. That's his. That's his star. That's his 19. Episode 1 is his 1977. That's
And
he says it all the time. Yeah.
And I tell people, just don't discount those movies. I mean, a lot of people say, "Yeah, I only like the first three I saw." Yeah, they're definitely dope, but don't discount those prequels, man. Those prequels were still George Lucas's vision, and at the same time, they were still done correctly.
Yeah. The prequels, man. The prequels. They originally, people felt some type of way, but people love them now, especially with the sequel trilogy. It makes us really love and miss the prequels because the sequels were so bad. But my man Gage said, looking back now, it's funny how Fox exec told George Lucas that Star Wars was going to be the biggest hit ever. Talking about Steven Spielberg, calling him a Fox exec, and George told him it won't make more than 15 million, only to become one of the biggest movie franchises ever. When great story all began.
It was the one that birthed toy merchandising.
Yeah, exactly.
The one
Yeah,
who,
it was. Yeah,
if
yeah.
it wasn't for him, all these movie studios they wouldn't have shit to sell to kids.
Yeah. Kenner started with the little 3.75-inch figures. That gave G.I. Joe the idea to make, vehicles and figures that size, because G.I. Joe made big ass dolls.
Yep.
And they were gonna do a He-Man sized doll. They went to the small one because they saw how Kenner Star Wars was doing with the play sets and the vehicles, and they knew they couldn't do that if they were He-Man size. And when you look at He-Man vehicles, they suck. They have no detail. They're a very small amount of parts. They're very hollow. They don't. There's not much to them and shit. And they're just, there'd be like a jet ski type size thing. But yeah, so it was genius. It was a brilliant move to move the figures to a smaller size, so that they could do the Millennium Falcon and the X-wing and all of these play sets and Jabba the Hutt and all of that good shit.
And George did make
bringing his into
bulk
work.
of George Lucas's money was made off of merchandise.
Right.
The huge, large, because he gave a lot of money to the studio. He's like, okay, this is for you guys, but I'm keeping the merchandise. Right.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, he did. When I watched the Toys That Made Us. He did admit that he made a mistake with Star Wars that he didn't make with Empire and Return. He said that when he did Star Wars and he did the toy deal, he said he sold it for ultra cheap. Like he said he could have got more money out of it, but I think he said he got like a nickel or something like that for everyone sold. The toy, he said the toy company offered him like a little bit of a better deal, but he said I just took the first. He said there was another toy company that offered him a better deal, but he took the cheaper deal from Hasbro because he said that he knew Hasbro was bigger and he wanted them and he didn't want the other cheaper toy company. And he said, I beat myself out of money. And he said, when Star Wars, when I seen how big Star Wars was, he said, when we went back to the drawing table for Empire, he said, now I was like, well, look, we need to rework a deal. Like he said, that's because he said they made more money than he did, even though he made a lot of money. He said the toy company came off like a fat rat on Star Wars.
Check this shit out. This dude he made this on his Commodore 64.
Commodore 64.
The most powerful computer ever. Better than the iMac. Better than the iMac.
You can hear the
8-bit.
Yes. Nice.
It ain't over. Bro, the little sound effects make me feel like I'm playing an old game.
Yeah.
Do. Take you back.
Word. That's close to Nintendo. Even Atari in Commodore.
Bro, he went crazy.
The scroll method, yeah. Side scroll.
Bro, that's Fly, the X-wing and the take out the TIE fighter.
Yo, you remember the video game back in the day?
Bro, yes.
Yo, I mean, I'm talking about the arcade version.
Right, yes. With the little wheel.
Yeah,
the paddle. Yeah. I was in my local Chinese restaurant, man.
Or it had a knob and shit. Yo, this looks like the fucking Iron Maiden guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That's the Iron Maiden. Yeah, that's what's his name? Eddie or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a Jack Daniel bottle on the side.
Yeah. That sound effect is crazy.
Forever. From the cover.
Yo, oh, he shitted. What? Why did?
Where's he Is he farting? What is he doing? Is he kicking
Yeah,
up
he
dust?
farting. No, he farting.
Yeah, he fucking ass.
Yeah. Oh,
He said, "Bam tan poodoo, bam tan poodoo." Yo, that's dope. That's epic. Man, look at that. I don't care what nobody said. Look at
anybody ever play Undertale?
Mm-mm.
that. Mm.
Everyone heard of it?
My son, he just overheard you say that. He
Yeah.
played Undertale.
Okay, he know about Deltarune?
Deltarune?
Ah, yeah. This is like that. This is like that.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it's a new game that this dude named Toby Fox made that just took the gaming world by storm. It's just a explosion. This is back in 20. I think this is 28, 17, maybe around there. And then he made a sequel where he scrambled up the words of Undertale and made Deltarune. And it was, but it's an epic like saga, and the game looks like this, and it's played. It's a very basic game. There's not, it's not about the graphics. It's all about the story, and the story is like captivated people. There's like it's a cult following, bro. Like it's crazy. But yeah, this just reminded me of it because it looks and sounds just like it.
I like that 8-bit style, 16-bit, and all that.
Yeah, right.
It's always dope. The best game that I ever played like that was Contra.
Yeah, Contra.
Sick. Up, down, left, right, BA
A,
select.
B, start. Yeah.
Yeah, the Konami code. That's the Konami code.
Yeah, man.
Okay, the cantina.
Oh, that's tough.
He said, "Where's that smuggling piece of poo?" Dunno.
Yeah, Bam Tan Poodoo.
Very, very, very dope. Like on some
Look at me go. Sheesh. Swoosh. Yeah.
That the pirate had on though, Eddie.
Word. Yo, you seen the little video game cabinet?
Oh, you're not peeping the you see Salacious Crumb right there?
Yep.
And then you also see that space thing from
guy right here, yeah. With
Most Def's movie with Most Def was in.
Oh yeah.
Hitchhiker's Guide. Hitchhiker's Guide to the
The
Galaxy.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That was the worst movie ever, bro.
The movie's not that bad.
It's funny, man. It's like
funny.
I can't get in. I've tried, bro. I can't get into it, man. I've tried numerous times.
You see Vader Light, the Vader Light. Yeah, that's crazy funny.
Oh, check him out. Leisure Suit Larry, right? Check him out.
Yeah.
Look, she said, don't even think about it, Larry. Yep, that's Leisure Suit Larry. Y'all know who that is?
That's a character from
it's like from a video game.
Yeah.
It's an old video game, yeah. Leisure Suit Larry.
A computer game, yeah.
They got the Death Star as a disco ball. That's crazy. That's
Word right there, yeah.
You find everything up in here.
Hey, I know you.
Yo! How is he talking to himself?
Why? What do you mean?
He's talking to himself.
Huh?
Yeah.
Indiana
Jones.
Jones.
That's the guy right here.
That's Indiana Jones.
It's a guy right here. Oh, you say he's talking to Indiana Jones. I see.
Yeah,
okay.
The whip on his.
That's who that is. Yeah, look at his whip right there.
Yeah. Like,
hell no, I didn't notice.
Himself.
The band.
Yeah. My man played some heavy work programming.
Yodis. Oh shit. Yoda got fucked up.
Yo, fucked up the whole scene.
Ah.
Oh shit.
Side scroll madness.
Yeah.
There go Bubba.
Music changing everything.
Yeah.
Fellas, I'm gonna dip out because I gotta run to the spot before it closes.
What time is it?
I gotta.
8:30.
8:30.
Oh,
I gotta
word.
dip out too, man. Y'all gotta
Yeah,
start getting
yeah.
ready for work. I gotta dip out too.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Word, but yeah, this was dope, man. For real.
Oh
It
yeah,
was,
y'all.
man. It was. It just
Yeah,
takes me
oh,
back,
boy.
man. I like that we went. Yeah, it takes me back, man.
Yeah.
I feel good now.
Feel you.
Yeah, I want one too now. And the crazy thing about it is, I'm gonna be hunting for one. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
Check out the old poster though, real quick. Check out the old fucking posters though.
I'm gonna see if I can get one of those posters, man. I know somebody makes it.
Yeah, I got a few old Star Wars posters.
I remember this one.
Let's do it. That one I remember, yeah.
Now, yeah, I got this one. I even got the Russian one. Yeah, that one is tough.
This one I like is the real fantasy, real space opera shit right there.
Yeah, yeah, I got mine on the wall over there. Yep. Can't go wrong with Star Wars, man.
Definitely not. But yeah, man, that's our show, y'all. We had a great Saturday night. Y'all check us out, man. We be back Wednesday, every Saturday, every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, maybe 7. We try to get it in, but yo, we'll see y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Have a good weekend. Peace.
Peace. May the force be with you.
Word is bond.
Oh, yeah.